Every morning the world starts quietly, one soft light at a time. Homes flicker awake, shops open. People take those first small steps into a brand new day. And in all of that ordinary movement, there's something kind of extraordinary. A moment worth noticing, a spark you feel before you even name it. Sometimes it's quiet, sometimes it's small, but kindness shows up right on time. And every morning we choose to show up with you so we can look for that spark together.
Good morning. I'm Matt Rouff, the Uncommon Kindness Guy, and this is Kindness Rising. Let's rise together.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Happy Monday morning. I'm Matt Rouff, and I am back for Kindness Rising this morning. This past weekend, I went to a magical place. It wasn't Disney World. It wasn't a concert. It wasn't a fair or a festival. It was the Strong Museum of Play in Rochester, New York. And if you've never been there, it's exactly what it sounds like. An entire museum dedicated to play, video games, board games, toy history, all kinds of interactive exhibits, kids running all over the place, adults laughing and reminiscing. And the entire time I kept thinking, when did we stop? Why did we stop doing this? When did we decide that play was just for kids? Because somewhere along the way, society convinced us that growing up means getting serious. But what if we've got it backwards? What if we don't stop playing because we get old? We get old because we stop playing. And today we're kicking off a full week exploring exactly just that. Thank you. Good morning. Get involved in the comments. Come say hello in the chat. This is Kindness Rising, your morning dose of hope, humanity, and heart, and a little bit of music. Get this started. I hope everybody's having a great day out there. Looking forward to another week of getting up and getting after it. My buddy Mike Sullivan is in the house. Mike Sullivan, future life coach. I appreciate you for sure. Happy Monday. I heard you guys are about to get walloped with a little bit of a heat wave out there. Is that true, Sully? What do you know about it? I just saw that in the news this morning. The West Coast is gonna get hit. We are. And Roseanne Rouff, good morning, Mother. Good morning. Welcome into Kindness Rising this morning. All right, we're talking about play. We're talking about playfulness at work. We're talking about how to adjust this music. We're talking about the Strong Museum of Play. We're talking about why play is so essential for us as we get going in our world, to not forget to play, because play is not the opposite of work. Burnout is. There's actually a growing body of research around this and about playfulness in the workplace. And studies actually show that employees who experience playful environments report higher creativity, stronger collaboration, lower stress, and better problem solving. Because play challenges how our brain approaches problems. When you're playing, you're curious, you're experimental, and you're open. And that mindset is where innovation lives. Think about the most creative environments in the world. Pixar, Lego, Google. These places intentionally design space for employee play, not because it's childish, but because it's actually productive. Play breaks down hierarchy, it creates connection, and it invites curiosity. And curiosity, as you know, is one of the 6 strings we talk about here all the time. Curiosity, growth, balance, and of course, kindness, because it's very hard to be cruel when you're laughing, playing, and having a good time. Welcome in Mornings in the Lab. Good morning. I appreciate you. Mornings in the Lab, Keith Billis, and the whole crew at the Mornings in the Lab Network. We're building the place where you wake up, get up, and get after it right here in the Mornings in the Lab Network with Kindness Rising, 7:30 a.m. every morning, 8 a.m. Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends, and more programs coming, because we are building the morning platform, the place where you will come every morning to get your day started, to get up, get after it with hope, humanity, and heart, and having a little bit of fun along the way. Thanks for joining us every day. Absolutely. Reliving the joy of Christmas Day, Mike Sullivan. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. I'm going to talk about it's perfect transition for me. I'm going to talk about my experience over the weekend at the Strong Museum, National Museum of Play. Right? And that's the spotlight for today, because it's a nonprofit that isn't just about toys. It's about the history and the science of play itself and the impact that play has on our lives. Absolutely. It's got the National Toy Hall of Fame honoring toys that shape generations, and a whole bunch of amazing exhibits I'm going to show you here shortly. If I can get this thing going here. Oh, boom. All right. This is it right here. The Strong Museum of Play. Absolutely the ultimate play destination. It's really cool. Check out that building. The building in and of itself is a work of art and really cool. It's huge, 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 huge. You're only seeing part of the building here, the entryway. I'll show you some more of the cool stuff that they have there, just because if you're ever in Rochester, New York, you really, really have to figure out how to get there. They have all kinds of exhibits in the museum. They've got inside, they have a carousel and a train inside the building that kids can play with or play on, go on, ride on, all kinds of things. The butterfly garden is really, really cool. Check this out. It's an entire garden, a huge building, all with butterflies inside year round. Amazing, like a rainforest environment that you can go around and interact with butterflies. Like I said, the building in and of itself is shaped like a butterfly. Like, how cool is that? That's the other piece of this basically museum campus. I don't know how else to put it. And then some of the exhibits, because they're just really cool. They've got a full section dedicated to Sesame Street. Of course, you knew I was going to lean into that. There you get to sit on the Sesame Street front stoop. Absolutely. All about digital worlds as well. Here, I'm going to show you some of the cool stuff. They have a short-term exhibit called Grossology, which is hysterical. I know, when we're kids, we learn about body functions and gross outs, and trust me, it was a fun and interactive. Crazy Place Snot was ridiculous. They had a Hello Kitty exhibit. They are the other thing is the impact of culture. They had a short-term exhibit, of course, about Black doll designers. Amazing, the social impact. They have an entire room that's every console that was ever built, and you can actually play these giant consoles. Look at the size of that Super NES controller that you can play on. An entire game land, of course, more digital worlds, games. I'm going to just go on and on. An entire arcade of just car racing games, ton of fun. The National Toy Hall of Fame, which is really cool. What I love about that, what I found it really interesting and fascinating, every year they nominate or they elect new toys into the Hall of Fame, and some of them are as basic as a cardboard box. A cardboard box is in the National Toy Hall of Fame. That to me is actually really funny. A blanket. The blanket was in the National Toy Hall of Fame. We turned it into a cave. We turned it into a fort. Do anything you want. It's pretty amazing the way they encourage imagination. Place that I spent way too much time in, but had a blast, was in the pinball playfields. I loved pinball as a kid, and spent a little time there over the weekend for sure. Oh, it just goes on, guys. Come on. I mean, I can tell you about every single one. And of course, my kids, they have a whole Berenstain Bears exhibit as well. Comic book heroes, all kinds of stuff. I'm going to stop talking about giving you the museum tour, but I'm telling you, it was magic. It was actually magic. It was so much fun. We've been there before, and every time we go with our kids, they're at a different age or a different stage in their life. So now, as 20-year-olds, they certainly are experiencing this different. Some of the nostalgia that they're experiencing is absolutely amazing. Absolutely. Absolutely, absolutely. A powerful place where the seriousness drops away and curiosity comes back. Fascinating, fascinating place. The National Museum of Play in Rochester, New York. Check it out. Ryan, appreciate you. Welcome, welcome. It's been a while since I've talked to you. I hope all is well for you. Thanks for jumping in and checking it out. Play by Stuart Brown. Favorite books about how we all have play. Okay, I'll have to check it out. I wouldn't doubt. I did not see that they had a ton of research. They actually have an entire laboratory, child psychology laboratory inside of the Strong Museum of Play, which is pretty cool. It's all research based. University of Rochester. Rochester is a very academic minded, science minded community, and so it's pretty cool that they've gone from this little museum. My sister, who's lived there for a long time, since she went there for undergraduate school, and we're in our 50s now, remembers when the Strong Museum of Play was actually just the founder, I forget her name, sorry, the wife of the Strong guy, the child, I don't even remember, but Wilfred Strong, I forget her name. Oh my God, I feel terrible. Winifred Strong. Anyway, the museum started off as just her dollhouses and her toys that she grew up with this wealthy family in Rochester. And she wanted to share her love of dolls and dollhouses and miniatures and things like that with the world. And so she started this museum that was basically part of her home, right? I think she died in like 1960 or something like that. And for a long time, it was just her home as this museum, but then it grew over time as people started donating money and started investigating and turning in. People were attracted to it, started bringing in more toys to talk about, and it's been a really, really, really cool. Yep. Oh, Sully, Berenstain Bears was awesome, right? Big time stuff from even from back from our childhood. My kids loved it. They have a whole wing, a section. They actually have the Berenstain Bears town set up. You can climb around in the tree house and stuff. Pretty cool. Absolutely. That's a great segue too. Sully, you're like producing my show today. Basically, every time you say something, I'm like, oh, what can we talk about next? Oh, we're going to talk about branding. Well, Berenstain Bears certainly is a serious childhood education a brand for sure, and a childhood play brand, and there are a ton of them. But what we're talking about is how playfulness can really be a good and important part of brands. There are so many brands out there that lean into that, and it seems to be important that we connect in that way. Goofiness, curiosity, joy, and experimentation versus being all serious and buttoned up. And because if you're serious, if you're serious and you're known as being serious, you may earn people's respect. But if your brand is both serious and curious, serious and playful, then people really connect with you, because play, as you know, when you're playing, you might start, like I know, you sit around as family and you play games, you sit around with other people and you're playing, you start to see how people really act, right? You get to know people, and it's a true signal of authenticity when people are playing, truly playing, not playing themselves, but showing their human side. When they win, when they lose, when something good happens, when something bad happens, are they collaborative? Are they competitive? You can really learn a lot about people as they play. Absolutely. Absolutely. But the key is when you're playing, you're alive, right? That is the key. So you're really showing yourself, you're alive. Play is literally part of our culture, a huge part of our culture, huge part of the culture of the worlds that I love personally too. Things like obviously the jam band scene, the Grateful Dead coming out of the beat generation, and the playfulness of the merry pranksters in the 60s, in the counterculture in Haight-Ashbury and the Bay Area. um, Play literally became part of that culture, right? They would play games, a lot of pranks, that kind of thing, harmless pranks. But it's that experimentation without fear, that um, just pure joy and playfulness of whatever happens, and being willing to accept that, that makes play so important to us. Absolutely. All right. Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome again into Kindness Rising. It's a Monday morning. We're talking about play. We're going to talk about play all week long. I love picking a theme for the week, and just going with it, right? Last week we talked about play. We talked about business cycles. This week we're going to talk about play, keep it light, have some fun, talking about brands that lean into play, talking a little bit about the science behind play and how it impacts our work, and how play impacts our lives too, our personal lives, not just our work lives. But having a playful spirit as a human being is part of what makes us human. It's what we are, being able to play like this. Absolutely. And there is science behind it. There's science behind why playful teams thrive. The idea that play helps people perform better isn't just a feel good philosophy, it's actually backed by research. There's a growing body of organizational psychology research that shows that playfulness in the workplace increases innovation, team cohesion, and resilience. It's really important. When employees experience a playful environment, they're more willing to experiment, to take risks, and learn from mistakes, because failure feels like part of the game rather than a threat. You know you're going to fail somewhere along in the game, right? But it's not as threatening. Another interesting finding from the workplace research is that playful cues, things like humor, friendly competition, or creative challenges, they can improve creativity and team climate in meetings and collaborative work. There's a fine line. I know I have experimented with this myself with teams at certain places, playing games as a team. Can it be a little cringe sometimes, especially in the work environment? People are like, oh, this is so childish, or I don't want to play. I just want to get my work done, that kind of thing. But it has its place. It has its place. I mean, people, it has its place for competition. It has its place for team cohesion, especially like I worked in hospitals, and the times that I saw the greatest team cohesion within teams was when we had a little bit of competition among the teams. And it was simple things like decorate a pumpkin. The laboratory decorated a pumpkin, the pharmacy decorated a pumpkin, the physicians decorated a pumpkin, whatever it might be. But you see people come alive around those kinds of playful activities. And of course, there's always the people like, oh, this is a drag. Now I feel like I have to, that kind of stuff. And that's okay too. And they come along with it, or they don't. But I have seen how the impact of that is not just corny things I've seen real connection made over those kinds of play activities in the workplace. Absolutely. And I always try to bring it in. When I have small teams, sometimes I have like I don't have any right here. They'll have little cards, just sit on the desk and you pick them up, nothing too salacious or crazy or whatever, but thought-provoking cards, conversation starters, little games you can play. I always have little fidget things around for people, little things like this. I just like to. Oh, he's not going to work now, of course. All right, find Darth. Oh, there he goes. Apparently not. Okay, and my finger puppets. This is just play. It's just fun, right? But it's also science. There's science involved in this, guys. It's not just being silly. No, seriously. When we engage in playful activity, the brain releases dopamine. Yep, we talk about dopamine all the time here. The neurotransmitter that's tied to motivation, reward, and learning. Dopamine helps to focus attention, build memory, increase creativity, and stay motivated to solve problems. That's why games are so engaging. Your brain literally rewards you for exploring and trying again. Researchers studying play also find that playful experiences help people develop flexible behavioral strategies, essentially training the brain to adapt to new situations and uncertainty. I'm getting silly. If you think about the modern workplace, though, adaptability right now, today, in today's world, how things change so fast. Life is changing, new tools, new things coming out all the time, right? Obviously, the impact of AI adaptability might be the most valuable skill of all. And that's something that play teaches us every day. So why does this matter? Why does it matter at all, right? When teams laugh together, when they experiment and they treat challenges like puzzles instead of threats, right? They activate that same mental state that drives creativity, learning, and resilience. Play teaches the brain that failure is feedback and that mindset is how innovation happens. Absolutely. All right, I'm going to take a little sip of coffee. All right. Straighten myself out a little too here because I'm a little crazy. All right. How about some more tunes? It's been a while. One of my little strutty tunes, getting us up and getting us going on a. Looks like I look forward to play topics. So much to think about within that kindness world. Yes, Rosa and Rouff, mom, play is essential. As a special education teacher for 35 whatever years, you must have some great examples of how play equals kindness, great stories of bringing play into the academic environment, right? Absolutely. Not just not just in terms of being able to teach. It's one of those mornings. Absolutely one of those mornings. Activating the exact same mental state that drives creativity, learning, and resilience. Yep. Here's our kindness call. Let's get back on track. Yep. The challenge for today. We'll call it the play experiment. Do one thing playful today. One playful thing, something small. Take a walk somewhere new. Try a hobby you haven't touched in years. Pick something up, a game, draw something, build something. Just be curious, because curiosity is the doorway to your growth. And growth is what keeps us young. right? I started the episode today with the conversation of the statement, right? The statement that said, what did I say? You remember what I said? I remember what I said. I wanted to requote myself. We don't stop playing because we get old. We get old because we stop playing. Absolutely. Absolutely. And this is play. We're having a lot of fun playing here. I consider this play sometimes. I'm playing with songs. I'm playing with the dials. Sure, it's a game, but it's also me bringing myself to you every morning, 7:30 a.m. Eastern, here on Kindness Rising. Absolutely. All right. That's the play experiment. Get out there, do something curious, walk through the doorway of growth. Curiosity is absolutely it. Being open-minded to things. That's what play does for us, exposing us to new ideas and growth that helps to keep us young. I appreciate everyone who's come out here today for Kindness Rising at 7:30 a.m. Eastern on the mornings in the lab. Come and join me and John this a.m. Yes, everybody get over there and join Mornings in the Lab. Absolutely, Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Come and join them. Maybe I'll come over and join them too. No, I'm always there, but maybe I'll actually be there, be in the studio. We'll see. Maybe I'll surprise them. No, I think I will get over there with them. Absolutely. Absolutely. As we continue the conversation about burnout, I think they're going to be talking about over there today. I led with that as well, right? I led with that. Burnout. Play can help us to reduce burnout for sure. Absolutely. And yeah, that National Museum of Play, the time that I spent with my kids, I mean, that was for perhaps the most important part of the whole thing. My kids and my sister who's brought us to the National Museum of Play before, but we actually had access to some of the photographs that we've taken in the past, like going back to when my kids were like 3 or 4 years old, and recreated some of those photos. It's on somebody's camera. We haven't figured it out yet. I'll be interested to see if those pictures come out, those recreation photos, remembering from when my kids were just little tykes. Yep, absolutely. Well, thank you again for joining me. Thanks for joining here on Kindness Rising. I come here every weekday morning, 7:30 a.m. Eastern, to get you up, to get us up with a little hope, a little humanity, a little humor, and a whole lot of heart. So let's keep going at it. Come on back tomorrow morning, 7:30 a.m. Eastern. And remembering this, we're going to be talking about play, and play reminds us of something important. We are not machines. We are humans, and humans learn through exploration, through laughter and curiosity. So all this week on Kindness Rising, we're going to be diving deeper into the power of play, gamification, the neuroscience of play, playful leadership, and how curiosity might be the secret ingredient to staying energized in life and work. Because maybe the real goal isn't to become more serious as we age. Maybe the goal is to remember to stay playful, to stay curious, to stay uncommon, and to stay kind. Everybody have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow morning.
What if your mornings could be inspiring and ridiculously fun?
Kindness Rising isn't just a show, it's a full wake-up vibe.
It's freaking fun, people.
Yeah, man, it's got real get after it energy.
I love it.
Wake up with Kindness Rising.
I help purpose-driven people grow their impact. 5-ingredient recipe to help you build your personal brand. Get out there and take kind action.
If it's live, they'll feel it.
On Kindness Rising, we bring you proven strategies and fresh ideas you can actually use. If you're not failing, you're not trying.
Exactly. Fail fast, rebound faster.
You'll see the bloopers and the genuine connections that make kindness contagious. We sometimes get into a little bit of trouble.
Pretty much my life made the list.
You can trust what you see right here is honest, respectful, and uplifting. Social impact organizations, and we always talk about them. Try kindness. It's way cheaper than therapy. You just made my day.